Now, the NEO stock price on Friday finished up 8.09%, trading at $4.81, which made a lot of the new investors at least to feel a relief after we saw the week, the beginning of the week, NEO starting down quite sharply, right? This is something that shows us that, look, sometimes the sharp falls that we see does not necessarily mean that NEO share price will go back to $3.60. Though I'm not saying it's not possible, but what I'm trying to show you based off what we saw in terms of the share price is that, look, when you think that news go back to $3.60, it might just be creating a fake sharp drop thing and make you to probably panic and sell your shares, and by that time it's not the case. It's just the beginning of the second wave of the upsurging of NEO. I mean, if you have a look at the other stocks, you will notice that Leoro finished the day up 1.8%, trading at $24.19. XPeng finished the day trading up 1.65%, trading at $19.17. Rivian up 1.49%, trading at $12.24. Lucid down 3.1%, $2.18 is the share price. Zika down 0.64%, $29.31 is the share price. Last but not least, you've got a Tesla down 1.5%, $330 is the share price. Now, notice that on Friday, NEO did the most in terms of share price recovery. And what do you think is the case? I think I know what is happening. I mean, you will know that on Thursday, Friday, we saw reports from quite a number of institutions weighing in on NEO, right, in terms of where they see NEO going. And most, if not all of them, changed their sentiment onto NEO. Some changed sentiment from sell to neutral. Some changed their sentiment from neutral to buy or overweight, which is something that is great. And the average price target on NEO, they are all talking over $5, right? They said NEO should be over $5, and therefore they are calling it. They're making even those that are hesitant to, of course, probably do the same, and that is loading the boat and making sure that they follow what smart money is saying. I mean, some of these big financial institutions, they come and every 3 months they will come and weigh onto a stock, or every now and again they come in and weigh on their stock. They give their sentiment, and seeing most of these guys coming and giving NEO a buy rating with a proper decent price target, it's something that is good, right? I mean, they are doing this, not some of them, they are still not sure if NEO will pull this through, but I guess so many of them are just waiting for Q2, because something that was very concerning about NEO's Q4 and Q1 earnings were the net losses. They were just so high, almost $1 billion, and this does not make, or was not making, the investors to be at ease with NEO, which is why they came and downgraded NEO quite sharply. They came and downgraded NEO and cut on their price target because of that. But now in Q2, if there is a reduction of net losses, I can tell you now, and that is obviously they are going to come back and upgrade NEO, giving it a much better share price, which is absolutely great, something that we look forward to. I mean, other stocks or other EV companies, of course, they've been gaining a lot, but because of NEO not being profitable and the net losses being so high, some of even the retail investors have lost hope. They decided to sell their shares, but now there is light at the end of the tunnel, or there is something signaling light at the end of the tunnel, which we've been talking about for quite some time. If some of you that have been on this channel for quite some time, you will know that we have been, or I've been talking about that. Look, in as much as the analysts or some of these big financial institutions are coming to say they don't see NEO doing well, I told you they will come back and say good stuff about NEO. And guess what we saw, or what we read this week? A lot of them, they're upgrading NEO, giving it even a higher price target. And if you were and if you sold maybe 2-3 months ago when they came and weighed in on NEO and downgraded it, you are doomed, man, because you sold NEO at a loss. And this simply means that now if you are to come back, you are starting over. And to us that have not sold, or that were not selling the NEO shares but rather taking the low trading price as opportunity, it's good for us, because at least we got the opportunity to bring down our average, because we knew exactly where NEO was going, right? We knew, I mean, of course we did not know, or I did not know the kind of orders that ONVO L90 was going to receive, but I had a clue that L90, the fact that it's a 6-seater, and looking at the fact that China has got so many big families, I knew that that product was going to work. But to what extent, I did not know that. But that gives me the confidence, enough confidence to say that, look, blue sky is coming, long term will win. So lesson learned, it's here. It's that you just need to do your own due diligence. Sometimes you don't need to panic. I mean, have a look at what happened beginning of this week. Share price started falling down quite sharply, but it ended the week almost at a break even, or almost at the same point it started trading at beginning of this year, which this again shows you that, look, trying to doing some due diligence helps, because it enables you not to panic during the sharp falls, but rather take the sharp falls as opportunities to increase more holdings. I mean, my average is still at $13.82. I've disclosed that with you guys, and ever since that purchase, honestly, I've not purchased any other shares of NEO. But hopefully this week where we are going, I will get an opportunity to purchase something from NEO and continue bringing my average price down, because to me, regret is worse than failure. NEO is a company that is going to do, or is expected to do, very, very well, and those that are persevering throughout the headwinds of the share price will most definitely be rewarded with time. Yeah, man, tell me what you think. I like what I see. Hopefully this coming week we get to see the share price of NEO continue rising and breaking the $5 mark, going to $6. This is what investors want to see. On Tuesday there are insurance registrations also coming. Hopefully we get a pretty solid number that will show the naysayers that the NEO that we are seeing now is very much different from the NEO we've been seeing in the past. I will see you on the next one. That is all from me, and God bless you all.